Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI. So, let's begin with a really groundbreaking event, one that's pushed the boundaries of what we thought machines were capable of. A new athletic record has just been set, but interestingly, not by a human. What you're seeing here is pretty remarkable. A humanoid robot, which they've named Lightning, has officially surpassed the human world record for a half marathon. It managed to complete the course in just 50 minutes and 26 seconds. Now, to put that in perspective, that's a full 7 minutes faster than the best time ever recorded by a human. We're not talking about an incremental improvement here. This is a significant leap forward in performance. The source for this information, by the way, comes from an article in Ars Technica. It was written by Jeremy Hugh and published on April 20th, 2026. The title of the piece is Robot Runner Handily Beats Humans in Half Marathon, Setting New Record. Now, it's really important to understand that this didn't happen in some controlled lab environment. Lightning actually performed its run completely autonomously on a track right alongside 12,000 human competitors during a major marathon in Beijing. This is a powerful demonstration of the technology's ability to operate in complex and, frankly, quite public real-world settings. So, this naturally raises a pivotal question, right? What are the engineering principles that allowed for this level of performance? Let's take a closer look at the design of this, robotic champion. Okay, so the success of the Lightning model really comes down to a combination of specialized hardware and some very advanced software. For instance, it has these 37-inch legs that were designed specifically to copy the biomechanics of elite athletes. It's also got a custom liquid cooling system to manage heat over that long distance, and of course, a sophisticated AIs handling the autonomous navigation. It was this integrated approach that let it beat out 300 other robotic contestants. And this design choice was entirely deliberate. The project engineer, Du Xiaodi, confirmed that the team intentionally modeled the robot's legs after top human runners. This is a classic application of what's known as biomimicry, leveraging designs that have been perfected by evolution and nature to push technology forward. To really appreciate just how fast this is all moving, take a look at this timeline. Just back in 2025, the fastest a robot could complete a half marathon was 2 hours and 40 minutes. Now, a year later, that time has dropped to under 51 minutes. I mean, that's a staggering improvement in just 12 months. What we're witnessing is really an exponential rate of advancement and robotic locomotion. But this race is more than just a race. It really serves as a proxy for a much larger global competition for technological supremacy. The stakes here go far beyond just setting athletic records. You've got major technology firms in both the United States and China pouring billions of dollars into this sector. The big strategic goal for all of them is to develop general-purpose humanoid robots that can actually integrate into workplaces that were designed for humans. And experts are definitely taking note of this shift. For example, Alan Fern from Oregon State University points out that this achievement really demonstrates a new level of engineering robustness coming from Chinese firms. And that suggests, a pretty significant change in the overall competitive landscape. All right, so despite these really impressive results on the racetrack, it's important to maintain a pragmatic perspective. We have to consider the very significant gap that still exists between these kinds of demonstrations and the widespread practical use of these robots in, say, commercial or industrial settings. The main challenge is what experts call widespread deployment. Look, it's one thing for a robot to navigate a very clearly defined race course. It's a completely different level of complexity for it to operate in a cluttered, dynamic, and often chaotic environment like a factory or a warehouse. That right there remains the next major engineering hurdle to overcome. And this isn't just a theoretical problem. The latest AI Index report from Stanford actually backs this up, highlighting a few key obstacles. So while we're seeing some promising early industrial pilots, it's still not clear if there's enough mass market demand to justify the current pace of development. And again, that gap between structured and unstructured environments, that's still the biggest barrier to widespread adoption. Still, these challenges with practical deployment haven't really slowed down the chase for pure performance metrics. You have companies like Unitree, for example, now claiming their robots can hit sprint speeds that are getting close to Usain Bolt's record. And while that's an incredible feat of engineering, it does raise a strategic question.
Is the industry maybe too focused on these marketable athletic benchmarks, possibly at the expense of developing the complex dexterity that's actually needed for real workplace tasks? So, all of this leads us to a pretty fundamental question. The robot's record-breaking run is without a doubt a major engineering milestone, but does it really signal the imminent arrival of a new robotic workforce? Or are we, for now, just getting really good at building world-class robotic athletes? The translation of this athletic skill into tangible, real-world workplace value, well, that remains the critical unknown.
Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition.
If you like these videos, use the QR code at the beginning of this video to buy us a coffee or hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. Please subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel and like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience.